What I want to say today is that it tells us that the biggest threat to Christianity in America is that we are obsessed with partisan politics. We measure our sense of well-being. We measure the health of our country. We measure the health of the church in political terms rather than in heavenly ones. Every election, every 4 years, is declared as apocalyptic in end-of-the-world terms. If our candidate is elected, then surely we can rest for at least 4 years. And if their candidate is elected, we better prepare for our world to burn. Every single election. Every election is the last straw. I've been listening to that kind of rhetoric my entire life. It's exhausting, and it's a distraction, and it's a lie. It is a lie. Every political issue of the day is seen as an existential crisis, only to be forgotten the next day when the next existential crisis arises. Brothers and sisters, remember that the media in our day, on the political right and on the political left, gets paid not by telling you the truth, but by keeping your attention. And if you give your attention over and over to them, you are being discipled by them. You're being trained to think by them. And we are seeing the results of that in the American church. We are watching the body of Christ divide and fight and devour one another because of disagreements of partisan politics. We've allowed ourselves to be convinced that any group that we disagree with is on the verge of destroying our country irreparably. And so we fight. We give our energy, we give our anxiety, not over issues of Christian doctrine or for passion for carrying on God's mission in the world, but for matters of partisan politics. Brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, to the extent that we are failing to engage our country for Christ, it's not a result of focusing too little on politics, but far, far, far too much. Our inability to see the work of the beast and the dragon and the prostitute in the actions of our political leaders, our capacity to believe lies and conspiracies, our willingness to justify or to turn a blind eye to evil and to the shedding of innocent blood in the womb or on the streets because it fits into our preferred brand of partisan politics is the greatest failure of the American church today. It is a reflection of the way that we are not seeing the world as God sees it. We have come to believe that what we see with our eyes, that worldly power and safety and luxury is really all that matters. And so we've got to fight for all of it. We have forgotten the good news that there is more to the story, friends. The lens of Revelation tells us that there is one who is just and good, and he is ruling the whole world. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. He is the one on the throne who is like a son of man, who has a sword coming out of his mouth, his word that will bring justice. And this one who is like a son of man is also the slain lamb whose blood was spilled for the sins of the whole world. This lens of Revelation tells us that the center of all reality is sacrificial love and fierce justice. And the one there at the center of the throne, his